What's going on, everybody? So as you can see, we have the familiar Tisas box. And if you're familiar with my channel, you're going to see a lot of these. So this is pretty much the standard Tisas box that this pistol comes in. You get your, it's wearing a set of aftermarket double diamond rosewood style. I think they're actually G10. Not sure. I got them off of Amazon actually for like 19 bucks, 18, 19 bucks. And they're great. So it's not wearing its original grips right now because I'm going to do some modifications to this pistol because it was so, budget friendly price. I don't mind, and it has no collector value and all that kind of stuff. So I don't mind doing a few upgrades to it. But these are the grips that it comes with. The brown set of plastic grips, the black set of plastic grips. You got your chamber flag, your trigger lock, your extra magazine, which is 1/8 round magazine. You get your brushes and your cleaning tools and all that kind of jazz up there. You can see it, your bore brush and your patch, and you get the pistol. So what is this? Let's set the box aside here. What is this? This is the Tisas 1911A1 Service Special. So what I think Tisas was going for with this was basically a full-size 1911, it's a 5-inch 1911 GI size with a commander style hammer instead of the spur hammer. So that's basically all they did. They did put better sights on it than their Army GI model, and they're taller, and as you can see they're serrated in the front, and can we get the front and the back are serrated right there to help reduce glare. The barrel is matching the finish on the gun, so it's not the silver colored barrel. But other than that, that's basically what this is. They did do the lowered and flared ejection port on this one. As stated before, again, the ring style hammer. So it's kind of a basic stock, 1911 GI model that they call the Service Special because of the hammer. It even has the standard safety and stuff like that. So let's, do the standard. If you've watched my videos before, and I hope you still are, I just run through and I do the standard checks I do in a 1911 when I buy one. If I'm looking at it in the store or if I order online, I have to take it right out the box. I kind of do this as kind of habit for me. If you've seen it before and you don't like it, just fast forward a little bit. But not everybody sees all my videos, so sometimes I like to show them what I do. So to check the fit and finish of the gun, you press down on the barrel hood, and there is a little bit of movement there. But I expect this from such a budget gun. There is a little bit of movement there, I'm not gonna lie. You check the operation of the grip safety. So you engage the grip safety, which is on in the up position, depress the thumb safety, It's on in the up position, depress the grip safety, pull the trigger, it does not fire. Sweep the thumb safety off, depress the grip safety, pull the trigger, it fired. Now we'll leave the thumb safety off, do not depress the grip safety, does not fire, depress it, fires. All right, now we're gonna check fit and finish on the thumb safety. This one is not great. Let me zoom in and show you. So it's very positive because I put a Wilson Combat plunger tube spring in here. So it's very positive, but you get this dip down clicky thing going on, and that's, I don't like that. That's not fit properly. The engagement of the grip safety. So you press in the trigger, take the thumb safety off, press in the trigger and push in on the grip safety until it releases. So you got about 50% engagement on this, which is fit, that's fine. the fit and finish on this gun is actually very nice. It really is. It's really nice. I don't know if this is like a Parkerized type of finish that's on here, but the finish is done very well. It's got fingerprints all over it. Short trigger on this one, which I dig, which has like a, let me see if yeah, there you can see it. It's got like a hash mark pattern on there for kind of grippiness, which is cool. You know, trigger on this is phenomenal, phenomenal. But there's two issues I have with this gun. And one you already saw, this poorly fit safety, and let me see if you can see, and it's not totally flush back here. Let me see right there. It's not, it overhangs the frame a little bit, just a little bit. So it's not fit flush there, but that's something you get on custom guns usually. But that one's darn close. It's darn close. Now I could forgive all of that stuff because this gun has been absolutely 100% reliable, and it's very accurate, and it has a fantastic trigger. Okay, and the reason I can forgive that stuff is because this is a budget priced 1911. This only cost me $329. Yes, minus transfer fee and shipping and tax. I honestly believe I got this with free shipping, and the tax and the transfer fee where I got it. So $329, I want to say that's about $15 in tax in Wyoming, somewhere around there. And then it was $25, $30 transfer. It was under $400 still for this gun to my door. Now, the reason I typically don't, I've explained this before, the reason I do not include that stuff in what I paid for the gun is because that changes. Everybody is different depending on where you live, what your tax situation is. Some states have sales tax, some don't, and all that kind of jazz, right? And transfer fees vary from, sometimes they're $20, sometimes they're $50, and they're ranged in between. So that's why I don't normally include that. When I click the button, I think I bought this from Buds. They were having a sale, $329. And I think you can still find it for that price. And for that price, they are fantastic. Okay, let me just say it right now, fantastic. And that little grip safety issue, I can overlook that for that price, especially since it does not affect functioning or reliability in any way. So it's just, it's awesome. It's awesome. So let's get a weight on this bad boy, and then let's get trigger pull gauge. So we'll get a weight empty pistol, 36.52 ounces. Then we'll add the factory supplied magazine, 39.06. So 39.06, and it might be a little bit lighter because these are not factory grips, but if it is, it's just a tiny amount of, let me take that back out, tiny amount. So now this has, again, as I stated, a phenomenal trigger on it, a phenomenal trigger. So let's see what we can get. Let me take the thumb safety off. 444. I think I got a bad pull on that one because I've gotten it less than that before. Yeah, 342. So we're going to ignore that 444 and I'll do 332. I'm telling you, this is a phenomenal trigger on here. 286. I cannot describe it for a $329 1911. It's insane. I mean, lower and flared ejection port, you know, they did not relieve it in the front for removing cartridges, but a lot of 45s, you don't really have to do that. They do it on 38s. You can. Some companies do. But for $329, and it has around a 3.5 pound trigger, and it's super reliable and super accurate. We're going to take it up to the range here in a minute and see that. I mean, I got no issues with this. You know, the few small things that I can let go because, again, because it is so darn affordable, It's insane. Guys, do not sleep on Tisas. And you know what? If you have not fired one of these, picked it up, held it, if you don't know, if you're not really savvy on fit and finish for 1911s, all that stuff, you don't really know what you're talking about when it comes to that. I would not sleep on these dudes. I really would not. You're wasting your money if you buy some of these other brands. By the way, like all Tisas, no MIM parts in here. I think the only MIM part, I stand corrected, not no MIM. I think they have one MIM part, which is this spring, recoil spring plug right here. Other than that, it's all solid steel forged and milled parts in this gun. So it's super durable, reliable, fit and finish is great. Listen to this. I got Colts. You're going to see a comparison video where I compared this against a Colt. And I also have a separate standalone review of that Colt. It's hardly, I mean, there's a little bit of rattle. It's very solid, very positive. That Colt rattles like a rattlesnake. It's that ridiculous. So you know what, guys? Let's get this out to the range and see how she shoots. All right, folks, range portion of this review of the Tisas 1911A1 Service Special. We got our steel, of course, at 25 yards. We got 8 rounds of 230 grain reloads, and let's just see how she shoots. If she's reliable and accurate. Let us see. All right, folks, range portion. 2-inch shoot and see. Tisas Service Special. We're going to go back 7 yards. We're going to shoot a 3-shot group and see how she shoots. Okay, not bad at all. I did screw up a little bit on this shot. I know it's pretty darn good anyway, but I believe I could shoot 1 hole with this thing. One of the problems is the sights are black, and another one is I wear bifocals and I kind of lost it in the middle of it. So it was a little bit blurry when I busted that 3rd shot, but that's not a bad group at all. That's a damn good group for this gun. That was $329. So let's go back and get the final thoughts. All right, folks, final thoughts on the Tisas 1911A1 Service Special. Bet you thought I was going to say fantastic, huh? No, it's outstanding. Outstanding for the money. $329. Now, yes, let me caveat that because I get people in my comment section that are like, that's not what you actually pay for because taxes and transfer fee. Yes, that is true. I don't include those. You have to figure that out for yourself. And if you're a gun buyer, you know if you're ordering a firearm on the internet, it has to be sent to an FFL, and they're going to charge you a transfer fee, and you're also going to pay state taxes if your state has a state sales tax. You're going to pay tax on that. So that's what you have to figure out for yourself. I'm telling you what the price was on the internet when I hit the button. The reason I do that is, depending on where you live, Transfer fees can be different. I got different transfer fees at dealers. I got different transfer fees from one dealer. One side of town's $20, the other side's $45, and everywhere in between. So your mileage may vary, your cost may vary, and also state taxes. Some state taxes are 8.5%, 9%. Commie California, some are 2, 3, 4, 5%. So that's the ancillary costs. Those are the extra costs that you're going to have to, pay for when you get it. But for the price that they're selling on the internet, $329. After that price, I think it was still somewhere around with transfer fee and taxes. It was probably somewhere around $370. It's under $400. And this is an all steel, all milled parts, no MIM parts, except for maybe the recoil plug as discussed. That's a fantastic deal for this. It's other than the only thing I could find wrong with it is that's bullshit to me. And take a good look at this gun, because it's the last time you're going to see it configured like this. As you saw on the tabletop, it comes with the 2 sets of black grips and the brown plastic grips. I opted to put the wood double diamond. I've always been a fan of the wood double diamond grips on it. I think it looks fantastic. I'm going to end up adding a Wilson Combat beaver tail to the back here, the grips, and I think, and I'm going to put on an extended safety to get away from that. God, I hate that. The reason I hate that, is one of my pet peeves, is long time ago, I was taught when I started shooting IPSC, in like the late 90s. I think I shot my first match in 97 or 98, USPSA. And they taught me, of course you used to just shoot like this. They said, no, help control recoil. This is the way I recommend all of you folks shoot 1911s. If you want to, it's up to you, but it helps me. It always has. So I shoot with my thumb on top of the safety, because one, it helps control recoil, maybe only a little bit. It's not as much as a gas pedal, but it helps control recoil a little bit, right? It also gives you a place to push your second hand so that you can, when you extend out, you get your second hand up in on that grip right there and get a nice firm grip. That's 2. And 3, prevents you from bumping it up under recoil. You know how many times I've seen that happen to amateur shooters? They got their thumb down here, they're firing, click, oh, I bumped the safety on. So that helps prevent, if your thumb's on top of the safety the whole time, prevents you from bumping it on. Now, does this little poor fit safety affect it safety-wise or firing-wise? Absolutely not. It's still 100% operational. It's just when I press down and I click, I'm like, ugh. Now, from a $329 pistol, I still don't like to see that, but I'll give it a pass. When I get this on $1,200, $2,000 Colts, then I get pissed, okay? But I'm going to replace that with a slightly extended thumb safety. Like I said, it's getting the beaver tail. And then other than that, I'm going to leave it alone. Then it'll be kind of like, Tisas has a model called the Stakeout, which is kind of like that. And for $329, I don't normally modify my firearms anymore. I used to do it when I was younger, and I don't do that anymore, pretty much. But for this one, I'm going to, because that irritates me. And this one, an extended range session, as you can see, look at my hand. See the line right there? It will start to eat into you. And I believe, and my Colt doesn't do that. And I think it's because this edge is rounded a little bit more on the Colt than it is on here. So it's kind of flat and stabby. It will, especially if you're shooting full house plus P loads and stuff like that, you'll feel it start to bite you, after 30, 40 rounds, whatever. But other than that, I highly recommend this pistol. If you can get this sucker for around $300, man, jump on it. And you're looking for a reliable 1911 with this one has a fantastic trigger. If all steel parts, it's a win. It's outstanding. There, I'll say it. It's fantastic. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.